welcome, world, to another edition of Belly Bro Podcast, baby. And I am your boy, your host. You already know, Low Pro. Let's go, aka Luscious Low Pro. Oh, yes, I added that up music, aka Black, aka Black Daniel Expert Phoenix Zulu. One, and here we are once again. And I'm joined by the ghost who used to do the most, Mr. DIV, all of your motherfucking veins.
Hey.
Right there, Mr. Goddamn, why you gotta be so fucking DIV himself. Hey,
What's up?
yeah,
What's
hell
up?
yeah. And today, we getting into it. Once again, going down to deep, dark, dirty trenches of Hollywood, all that good. And actually not good. It's not good. This is some crazy shit that's coming down. Some allegations being thrown all over the way. Some behind the scenes shit that happened, and some weird shit that came about because of what did happen. We're talking about Aries Spears. Ugh. And we talk about Tiffany, Haddish. And all this stems, if y'all really want to know, all this stems because one person made some unneeded comments that caused this whole domino effect to happen. So before we go and start all the way from the beginning, we're not going to start chronologically. We're going to start about the triggering event and what led up to these. Then we're going to go back in time and bring it back to present day because that's how we do it, man. Follow along, man. It's like fucking Inception, but with time. So Inception about time?
Yeah, it was about going into people's dreams, but it's about bending time and space. So, and like kind of jumping through dimensions.
Okay.
So
Back to the Future? Nah, Back to the Future would be a good reference. Fuck it. Y'all in the comments insert a good reference.
Back to the Future would be a good reference because you're going back and then you're going to the past, you're going back. You're from the past, you're going back. You're trying to get back to the future. You went to the past, now you're trying to get back to the future. So it makes sense.
I know. All right, man. We'll do Back to the Future for now, but I still want to hear what y'all guys say. What would be a good reference for this in the comments? Anyways, let's get into this. So, Aries Spears doing an interview. They asked him about, hey, what do you think about Lizzo? And he goes off on Lizzo saying that how she's overweight, she fat, she looking like a bag of mashed potatoes, all this other shit. And then he starts praising himself, saying that, hey, I look good, I got swagger, I'm this, I'm that, I get bitches. But Lizzo, no, she fat. Like, nobody want to see all that shit. Right? He starts going off about Lizzo's antics. Now, let's discuss this portion right quick. At that period, I'm like, okay, what the fuck does this have to do with Lizzo and her music, or just Lizzo in general? Like, somebody asks you about somebody, and then the first thing you gotta say, hey, they fat. They start tearing them down.
What it is I think he was waiting to say something like that. Like he was waiting to go off. Because he seen it. I'm pretty sure somebody told him what the list of things they're gonna talk about, and he seen it as a moment to, oh, they bring up Lizzo, I'm gonna just go in and be funny about it and say and just keep saying what people usually say about her, talk about her weight and all that type of stuff, and how people be supporting bad habits and all that. And it's honestly at first it was definitely like it was like something that you can't deny that's what's going on with how women keep promoting other women's unhealthy lifestyles. Anything else they would be like, oh no, we can't promote that. But when it comes to that whole weight thing, a lot of them kind of just support it blindly and don't really tell them the truth. And that's kind of well known. So at this point, I feel like not even trying to take sides or anything, but like everybody kind of already knows that. Like you already know that like this is gonna be a side of people that support her no matter what, even if it's like some negative stuff. So I don't know, and him saying that, him making fun of it, I guess he's trying to point out the hypocrisy in it. But I mean, I feel like people have been saying that. Like it's something that's been kind of been being said. and him doing it doesn't make it. It's not like a refreshing joke. It's not like a new take. It's just something that you've been hearing. So I don't know. It was kind of already a borderline lame joke already. Again, it's not. I'm not saying
it is.
He's wrong.
It was a very lame joke. I'm not gonna lie. That shit wasn't even funny. I was like,
yeah,
okay, fat people jokes again. They're not even like in the clever way.
mm-hmm.
But when he said that, at first I was understanding because where he was like upset with Lizzo, and he even so I'm gonna combine the response with that too. Where he was there talking about how she'll go out to like a basketball game or something and start showing her ass there right there in the stadium and everything. And I don't mean acting out, showing your ass. I mean literally skirt up, pants down, whatever, showing your ass.
Yeah, butt cheeks out.
Yeah, butt cheeks out. The cheeks is cheeking. They're just jiggling all over the place, man. It's just all over the fucking place. But yeah, just ass out. And I'm like, okay, I can understand time and place for everything. Maybe like, yes, he's a comedian, but he might be a little more conservative with the shit and be like, yo, we all don't need that. Cause the same people who praise Lizzo for that, I was like, yo, if a dude pulled his dick out right in the stadium, would it be the same reaction? But like, yeah, that's my dude over there. There's song all over the place
in that stadium. You would have thought somebody set up like a mustard gas in the bathroom or something. People be jumping out their seats, running, screaming, all types of stuff. Dude would be jumping off like 10 cops, whooping the crap out of him.
Right.
There's a crap beat out of him from the stadium to the jail. And then
if one of these gay dudes out here had went and pulled his ass out and started twerking out there, will it be the same reaction?
Oh, I don't know.
It wouldn't. It really would. It wouldn't. Let's be honest. It wouldn't be the same reaction. It wouldn't.
Nah, nobody trying to
it wouldn't. Let's be honest. Like we didn't come to the game for people to be mooning and shit. Maybe see some titties. Maybe a dude will go crazy, take off his shirt.
Man, the whole crowd is asking for that though. Like, you know how it is. Is she like, show
like those are these more like drunk people behavior, what you would expect, and you'd be like, oh, okay, this is unexpected. But when you start showing off, like what's within your trousers, that's where people start having issues. But then when a woman does it, okay. So I kind of seen where he was coming at that portion of it, where his gripes and complaints when it came to Lizzo. Maybe he just had always held on to this bag and that shit. But then when he starts going more and more, like Lizzo's actually a pretty good artist. I'm not gonna lie. Some of her songs are bangers, man. Some of her songs are bangers. I'm not gonna front.
But I don't listen to her, so I wouldn't even be able to say that.
Come on, man. You didn't listen to her first single? Her first one with the Green Bay Packers and all that shit. Fuck, what's the name of that song?
You don't know.
I don't remember, but I just remember that song right there was a banger. That shit was a banger. That shit was hilarious. I thought the video was hilarious. I thought the song was hilarious. And the shit was good. And the beat for it was fucking awesome.
I don't listen to. I listen to that Jaleel dude. That dude was good. That's good.
Jaleel, hell yeah.
Jaleel, yeah.
This nigga too stiff, man. He's too stiff, man. Yo, how many times did he go flex? No, get out top. Anyways, man.
Yeah, Lizzo. I mean, when she was at the basketball game, like, it's just she went in there like with the intent. I feel like that was wild. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and the point she was trying to make just made it had the negative effect. It's like, yo, I don't want to even see that. Like, that's not something I want to even see. Yeah. Like, that's like, I'm not even gonna pretend like I wanted to see that. Like, some people find her attractive. I'm not one of them. Like, but again, that has nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? And for you to just go over and say, oh, her attractiveness and this and that out of nowhere is kind of crazy. Her music, you say it's good. I'll take your word for it.
I think it's good, man. But let's flip the script right quick. Let's say that he, instead of saying all negative shit, he started praising her, saying that she looks good and all this to the same degree of what she wanted. Oh man, she fine as fuck. Would he be getting the same attention right now?
So would he be?
Would it be the same effect? Like, would people still be arguing, saying, "Hey, he asked you about her music and then asked you how she looked"? If he had praised her instead, would he be getting the same?
No. If he had started praising her, they would just say, "Oh, good job, that's it." Like, it wouldn't be no problem. It wouldn't be an issue. He probably get hate on one side for probably some of his fans would be like, "Yo, why are you praising Lizzo when you built your whole career on doing this and that and then whatever he built his career on, how he opposes supporting that type of way he talks. His type of humor doesn't seem to support the type of shit Lizzo got going on. So
yeah, like his type of humor is not for the
his type of
current
humor
generation.
is
I won't say it's not for the general populace. I would say it's just not for the current generation. His type of humor.
his humor is like Hollywood jokey joke humor. He's not even super black. His humor is not even really that black humor because, like, again, he's in the same audience that watch Mad TV. I watch Mad TV. You watch Mad TV. You know Mad TV is hilarious.
Yeah.
But like a lot of black people that I know, they weren't really super into Mad TV. They're not like they were into SNL neither. They weren't even into any shows like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I thought Mad TV was hilarious. But again, that Keel and Peele, majority of the time, the audience, their humor and whatnot was kind of to white people. Same thing with kind of get that for Aries Spears too. You know, his humor is kind of in that same type of area. He's not super black, Def Jam, Comedy Jam type of guy. He doesn't give me that vibe.
So that's I'm glad you brought that point up. That was something that during this whole chaos, people started bringing up that point that he doesn't really have black openers for him.
Nah.
His response to that was black. There's like all black comedians. Well, most, not all, but most black comedians are all one dimensional. All make the same jokes. Hey, I'm black. This is this. You're white. Ha ha ha. Black people things, and then just move on from there. So he said that's why, because he said they're not really multi-dimensional. That's why he don't have too many black openers, which I don't agree with that statement.
Well, that's his opinion on what he thinks of black comedians, but I'm telling you that his audience is not in deep within the black community like that. Yeah. He's saying things like Corey Holcomb, right? You know Corey Holcomb, right? He's in the black community. Guys like you got guys that are funny within the black community, like Cat Williams, funny within the black community. Mike Epps, funny within the black community. That nigga is not. He's not like a black community type of like funny dude. Like when you think of Cat Williams, you already know what his comedy is gonna be like. When you think of Aries Spears, you're like, I don't know. Like
the most thing, honestly, he has a couple good like sets that he's done. Mm-hmm. Nothing really memorable to me. I would say the best things are the things I remember most about Aries Spears is all the different voices he does, and when he imitates celebrities.
Yeah,
that would be the thing about Aries Spears.
And to me, that's some shit that I seen him do on Mad TV. And his stand-ups are okay. I'm not saying the stand-ups are bad, but again, you got guys like Dave Chappelle, Patrice O'Neal, I'll even say Godfrey, and your boy Hannibal Brewers. Like there's certain guys that are kind of in that space where it's like they're funny and they're black and whatnot, but they're like their appeal is real heavily in like in a community outside the black audience. Hannibal Brewers way more than the other guys. Patrice O'Neal, black people like him, but I know for a fact his white audience is huge. Like Dave Chappelle, again, his white audience is huge.
You know who else? A more recent one, Michael Che. I don't know if you know him.
But he doesn't have no. But he doesn't have no type of footing in the black community like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's black, but his main audience is more to like.
But see those other guys I named. Those other guys I named, black people find them funny. I don't think a lot of black people find like if you ask them Michael Che or whatever his name is. First of all, they probably won't even know him. Second of all, if they do know him, they probably won't put him up there as like a funny ass dude. But if you ask a black person about Patrice O'Neal, they'll know him. They won't put him as their top, but he's definitely like the like one of the funniest dudes. He's a funny motherfucker. They know who he is and shit like that. Like there's white dudes that will put Patrice O'Neal up there. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're in that space. This dude, Aries Spears, I don't think he has like the love of a lot of motherfuckers even around him. Now, we've been talking a lot about Aries Spears. Tiffany Haddish definitely plays a part in this whole situation. Yeah. I'm not sure.
We're gonna get to Tiffany too. Okay. Tiffany Haddish soon. But all right, so let's move on then. So he did that. He did his response video to all the backlash that he got from
Lizzo,
from making that comment about Lizzo. And then like I said, the new like people started coming about how he don't really support black artists and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, this video starts emerging of Aries Spears playing a playing a pedophile family member to Tiffany Haddish, who has a son who she drops off with him and stuff. And then in one skit, they even go as far as play R. Kelly music in the background. It's like my body's telling me no, but no, my mind is telling me. How the fuck the R. Kelly verse goes, man? Fuck y'all. Anyways, they start playing that shit as he's there staring at the kid and the camera pans off. Another scene. Oh, by the way, he was looking through a newspaper, staring at the kid with 2 eye holes poked out, looking creepy as fuck. Next scene, they got him there bathing the kid again. And then he's just there staring at the kid and like doing all the crazy weird face movements that he does. Again, he starts bathing on the kid and washing his feet and everything. Another scene, he's there. Tiffany Haddish drops the kid off one more time, leaves. And then in this scene, it's showing that the kid is now flirting with Aries Spears. Is what it's showing. Like the roles are reversing and he's just giving into it. So what do you think? I know you've seen the scene. If y'all ain't watched it, y'all gotta watch it.
I didn't see the full video,
this on here.
but I seen like little like couple second clips of like the most dramatic parts of the skit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The part with the host through the newspaper and the crazy shots of the kid and different parts of that. And Tiffany Haddish saying that she's gonna drop him off and all of this other stuff.
And so
all right. So I know you got as far as saying what's in this video, but I know I don't know if you was gonna touch on, but I guess I'll do it.
No, I was about to, but go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But all right. So you have the children, right? The boy who was in the video, the girl that was in a previous video, and the mother. All right. So you got mother, 2 kids. The mother's friends with Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish is friends with Aries Spears. Tiffany Haddish goes to the mother who she's been friends with. I'm not sure. I can't remember how they met. I don't know if they met at like an agency or some type of thing or some way, but somehow they met up, started talking, became friends. Tiffany Haddish let her know that, oh, I could get your kids on TV and skits or on the internet on skits into this comedy sector of entertainment. And the mother was like, okay, yeah, sure. The mother sent the daughter first. So back then, this is back then. The mother sent the daughter with Tiffany Haddish first to go meet Aries Spears. They met up the first time, and that whole time they were trying to come up with a skit where they're trying to. I can't remember exactly what the skit was about, but within the group, there's like a whole part where where the girl said that they were teaching her how to give fellatio or something like that. And this is a little girl that they're doing this shit with. Tiffany Haddish was showing her how to moan and make noises and do all the motions and all that to give fellatio or whatever. And I guess the girl wasn't feeling comfortable with it and didn't want to do it, or something happened where I guess it just didn't work out that good. And Tiffany Haddish took her back. And then sometime later, they got the little brother now. The mom gave the little brother up to Tiffany Haddish, and they took him to go do this new skit with Aries Spears, where the video that you described took place. The kid didn't feel good afterwards, went back, and the mother tried to sue Tiffany Haddish or do something against Tiffany Haddish, but I guess it didn't work or whatever. So that's kind of where the backstory is to what led up, what kind of happened. Like again, this started off as Lizzo. This started off as Aries Spears making a comment about Lizzo, and then that caused people to look into his past. This thing surfaced, this video surfaced, and now there's a firestorm, a shitstorm, whatever you want to call it, that's swirling going around these two, Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish, all because of this situation. Yeah. And yeah.
So within the video itself, oh, not to mention, before we break down the video, the mom has previously tried to sue Tiffany Haddish quite a few times for the video, for the children saying that they were sexually abused, harassed, and a multitude of other things happened with them. Did it happen or not? That I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I would like to believe kids that say, hey, the kids ain't gonna lie, because anything happen with kids, man, I'm gonna go with the kids first, and then we'll figure it out later. So they've done their investigation. They tried to shift the Haddish a bunch of times before this, and nothing's come about it. Which leads to present day, where the video now circulating. Never knew about this video existing till today. Till today. I'm telling you, before we started even recording this podcast, the first time I ever found out that those videos was out there with Aries, Spears, and Tiffany Haddish. Now, when I watched the video, what I got from the video, the point that I believe they were trying to make was people often drop their kids off with family members who do their children harm, that do their children harm. And I guess they were trying to bring awareness to it, is what I'm believing the video was about. Watching the video, I'm not gonna lie, they went a little too far, went too detailed with that. Like, why did the kid need to be in the underwear the whole time for the video? Like, I started watching the video, I'm like, yo, this video is creepy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. The video is creepy watching that shit. It might just be this day and age after knowing what I know now, because again,
sorry,
the video was filmed back then, and like our experiences are totally different from back then and now. But at the same time, watching it now, the video, that video is crazy to watch now.
I agree with you. It's a creepy video. Seeing it,
Yeah.
it's seeing the I don't know, seeing the whole through the newspaper and the whole vibe of the video, just looking at it, and again, I just seen clips of like the most dramatic parts of like a highlight reel of like those weird parts of the video, and bro, it was just too much. It was kind of too much, man. I was like, nah, I can't watch this.
I'm like, yo, you could bring awareness without going this far, without going this deep, man. And I'm sorry to say this, but Hollywood is already known for doing a bunch of weird shit, so I'm not gonna put it outside the realm of possibility for Aries, Spears, and Tiffany Haddish to be having there's some validity behind what's going on with these kids. I'm not gonna put out the realm of possibility, man. So I want to know further information when it comes out, but this shit is fucking crazy. And all this stemmed because he just couldn't be like, oh, no, she's a good artist. And just moved on. He had to try and be Mr. Hey, look at Mr. Funny Guy over here. He said his dog's got potatoes. Yeah.
It's true what they say, yo, that cancel shit is real because they canceled his ass. And I think the website that was uploaded to was Funny or Die. I know you know what Funny or Die is like. It's like Crackle and all those other College Humor, all the same type of the deal with those. And I think they uploaded it to Funny or Die, and then Funny or Die took it down, and they put out a comment like, we don't approve these type of things or something like that. They were like quick to go out there and say they found it disgusting, took it off their site. So there's that.
With the whole video and thing, I just hope they got the same energy and hate they got for Aries Spears, they got for Tiffany Haddish. Because she was a part of the video, and not just them two. Because there was a cameraman there, there was a director there were writers there. So it's not just them. Them two started it, don't get me wrong.
I think the production was kind of done by Aries Spears as well. I think that was
his company? Hey, fuck it. He the head honcho then that's overseeing the whole thing. But it can't just be going off of Aries Spears just because y'all are mad at him for what he said at Lizzo. That whole video, that everybody who came up with that skit needs to be held accountable. Not just the two actors starring in it. Not just if they're going after Aries Spears, they need to go after everybody in that shit. Cause that shit, I'm gonna let you know. Nah, man, that ain't the vibe, man. That's not it. That is not it. But there is some truth behind it, though. There is some truth where people drop their kids off to their family members, and then shit like this happens with the kids, and it continuously happens. It continuously happens, and then when the kids get older, nobody believes the kids. They're like, no, but you used to go over there all the time. No, you dropped me over there all the time. I didn't want to go over there all the time. As soon as I was old enough not to go over there no more, I didn't go over there no more. I stop. I don't even. Why do you think I don't go to family functions? It's because I know this person is gonna be. Or even down to churches too. It happens in the churches too, where people just drop their kids off at different places.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think needs to be more, or needs to be normalized more, is asking the parents where they were and why this happened, this occurrence. What kind of negligent or what part did you play in facilitating this to happen? I gotta think about it. I gotta ask that question. Everybody has to be held responsibility. Again, Tiffany Haddish, she has the bigger name. She's a more famous person. Over the past couple of years, her name has exploded. I know she's been in a couple of like internet drama type stuff, but none that I know of, none that I remember. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like that. I don't really remember too much of it. I don't remember too much of anything that she was a part of. But this, I think, may be the biggest one that her name's been attached to. So she definitely gets blamed. Cause I seen the statement that the mom put out, and the mom puts a lot of blame on Tiffany Haddish for what happened to her kids. And the sister, she's older now. She put out a statement. She was talking about how she has she has trauma from the event because she looks back and like, oh, I was a part of my little brother getting molested or whatever, getting molested, like, and she felt like she didn't do anything to stop it from happening. Like, but she's a kid at the time. You can't really, like, what is a kid supposed to do? But she blames herself, so she's dealing with a whole lot of trauma that goes on with the stuff that happens to her little brother. So now she's 18. She's kind of putting in the paperwork to sue Tiffany Haddish or whatever she has to do, or whatever legal actions they need to take. The sister, she's being a part of it as well. She's a part of it now. Yeah. She's of age. So a lot of stuff is coming out, and it seems like from a chain reaction of already bad vibes and bad jokes, a bad joke led all the way up to now Tiffany Haddish getting sued in the mainstream. And it didn't even have nothing to do with Tiffany Haddish to start off with. But now Tiffany Haddish is like the name that's getting put out there. And again, I've been on Twitter and I've seen it. I know you said you don't want us to just not see, want us to just focus on Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish not getting blamed and whatnot, taking accountability. I went on Twitter, I looked around to see what's going on, and that shit is trending. Her name is trending, you know what I'm saying? And people are all commenting, bringing up old stuff about Tiffany Haddish, going in on Tiffany Haddish, all this type of stuff. They are too with Aries Spears, don't get that twisted. Yeah. But Tiffany Haddish is definitely getting her shit drugged through her name getting drugged through the mud right now, too. So, hey, a couple more days, we'll see what happens and see if it gets any bigger, see if mainstream starts talking about it. But, you know, some people really like Tiffany Haddish, they may try to protect her. Other people, I don't know. They will be waiting on her.
Ain't no protecting, man. Ain't no protecting, because if this is true, again, I will bet the kids, because if this is true, well, after they get more evidence and everything, they both need to be dragged down. Whole production staff that worked on them skits need to be fucking dragged down. They do.
Yeah. The last thing I'm gonna say about it is you have to watch how you talk out here, especially on the internet. You have to watch what you say, especially if you have things that you put on the internet and you said like the monstrous things, you've done some crazy questionable things on the internet. I understand it was a different time. Different things were taboo, but now it's different. So that's why you have PR teams. That's why you have censorship. I'm not saying censorship is a good thing, but certain things don't get on TV for certain reasons because the masses can't handle it. So you going on the internet during the Wild West and doing all this crazy shit, it leaves a trail of breadcrumbs that leads back to it. So that's why you don't talk crazy nowadays. That's why you don't talk crazy on the internet. That's why you don't disrespect people. That's why you don't say, if you're gonna say something, make a clear point. Don't just do it out of nowhere, just talking shit. Because they're gonna bring this type of shit up. They're gonna make you look crazy. They're gonna make you look like a demon. They're gonna demonize you. They're gonna dox you. They're gonna fuck up your career. And now Tiffany Haddish is getting caught up in this. She's getting a straight bullet. You know what I'm saying? She's kept it straight. So
I got one last question for you though before we wrap this up. given how old the video is and how far back in, it was still pretty much under upcoming of Tiffany Haddish's career when the skit came out. She wasn't as big then. And this is no defense for her, but do you think that should hold some weight as far as the court of public opinion on why she was a part of that skit?
Like she, like, you're asking? She should come on, say something, or like what?
No. So
Does it hold?
so back then she wasn't really a household name when she did that skit, right? She was still upcoming. So because at that point I believe Aries Spears was the more seasoned one out of the two.
Yeah.
Is it also possible that she is underneath that umbrella of just being connected to Aries Spears for that skit? Because Aries Spears is the bigger name. Everything. He's like, yo, I'm doing this skit. La da da da. I need some kids. She goes get the mom. Hey, you know what? I know this lady who got kids who want her kids to be on TV. Boom. She brings the kids over.
So you feel like she was pressured into getting those kids from the bigger name?
Basically.
So she should take less responsibility.
I'm asking. I'm not saying that's what I believe. That's what I'm asking.
I feel like she was manipulating and exploiting the situation of this lady and her kids, just like how that lady was exploiting her kids. I think everybody is like a chain of motherfucking exploitation, and I feel like Aries Spears probably did that to Tiffany Haddish. Maybe he's like, yo, you gotta go if you want to make it in comedy. You know I'm the bigger name, and we both trying to get somewhere. You gotta go out and find me somebody. And then she goes out and finds somebody, and like she's probably like, yo, if you want your kids to be famous, you want to make some money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do this. And then she's like, all right. And then she goes to the kids like, hey, you gotta go do this. And that's kind of what it is. I feel like everybody down that list, down that chain, needs to be held responsible.
Okay.
Aries Spears is he put it on himself. You know what I'm saying? He put the target on his back.
Because at the end of the day, all this, either way you look at it from back then and now, it all comes back to Aries Spears.
All comes back to Aries Spears.
It all
comes back to him when it comes to the skit, and it comes back to him when it comes to him talking shit about Lizzo.
Yeah. Like,
Tiffany Haddish deserves to be scrutinized for this whole thing. She definitely deserves.
Do you think it should be like a career-ending thing for her? Would you go that far to say Tiffany Haddish needs to have her career ended? Or would you say Aries Spears needs to have it ended or not?
No, I don't think her career needs to be ended. Yeah, I don't think her career needs to be ended, but like this should be a lesson about like decency. Like there's certain things that aren't funny for like there's things that are so sensitive that if you are not one with the comedy, you're done. You know what I'm saying? And like certain things are, and that's like when it comes to molestation and all that type of stuff, it's like that's like a no-no. And if you're really gonna try and make a joke out of it, you gonna go in there like on some lame shit like that. Like you gonna like oh like that type, like you're gonna come in like through the eyes of a predator. Like that's how you're gonna do it. Not even clever, not even just right on the nose with it. Like this is how you're gonna approach it. Like bro, and that's what I'm saying. That's like a lame thing to do. Like you have to like you're as creative and as hilarious as you think you are. That was a cheap way to go into that joke. And it's like, oh, you're overanalyzing jokes. No, but that joke is obvious. It's obvious. It's so lame from how sensitive the topic is to how you approach it to how you name it to the lame like things you choose to do with the holes in the newspaper and taking suggested pictures of a little kid, not realize how disgusting that probably makes people feel. And like it's not even like it's just something just about it is just so disgusting. And in your mind you're trying to do as much as you can to make this funny, or honestly you're not even, it came off cheap. So and to me it doesn't even feel like you were trying hard in the joke. You were being cheap about the whole entire joke, like sexualizing the whole situation, like all that cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like all the little cheap prop gags. The Tiffany Haddish, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna drop drop my kid off, and that like the storyline and everything about it is just disgusting, cheap, and mad annoying to even know that to know the fact that it's even being you even like put it out. Like that doesn't that annoys the hell out of me that you really thought that this was some hot stuff. Like and Tiffany Haddish for even being a part of it, letting this fool Aries Spears talk you into doing this type of skit, letting him talk you into even doing any of this. And again, maybe he even talked you into it. Maybe you was all about it when he first brought it to you. So I don't even want to give you that time of day, but the mother, the whole situation is just messed up all around. Someone definitely deserves to be called out. Someone definitely deserves to be like looked at a certain type of way.
Yeah.
For this, so everything he's getting, he asks for it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of people on the internet, and this is the last time I'm saying, a lot of people ask for like the situations that they end up getting into when it comes to exposure on the internet, and people looking at them a certain kind of way. Because people there was a situation that happened earlier on, and we didn't even talk about it. But it was the whole Irv Gotti and Ashanti type of thing. And when Irv Gotti first was talking about how he was smashing and all that type of stuff, people like giving him props. Oh, all right, he's telling the story kind of funny. But then the dude kept talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And then people like, bro, you're bragging about something that's predatory behavior. You need to chill with it. And I'm pretty sure you're annoying like Ashanti. You kind of like messing up her name right now. Yeah. And he kept talking about it and saying whatever, I'm gonna do this. And people are like, all right. So how about we dig into it? You're talking all this crazy stuff. Now we're gonna dig into it. You want to put up your gloves and say, are you gonna fight it out? You're not gonna listen to being like when people on the internet tell you to have some decency, it's not telling you to, it's not trying to force it on you. It's like, yo, have some decency, or you're gonna put a target on your back. It's simple as that. And that's the thing. And they don't heed that name. They don't heed that.
I think one issue with the whole cancel culture, and now with cancel culture itself, is more like people who are the ones putting out the content and they're in the cancel culture. They don't realize that, because there's only two type of people who could truly just not give a fuck about cancel culture. The first type, the person who's just that damn good at what they do, and everybody knows that they're just that fucking good, like Dave Chappelle, he's just that fucking good. Those that's not all the way up there, but in the opposite direction, they still at the bottom. They ain't got shit to lose, so they gonna say whatever the fuck they want. And cancel culture be damned, because why? They're not dependent on their craft that they do, on the set craft that they're doing right now. They're not dependent on that, so really don't have shit else to fucking lose. So anybody else in between that? By the way, the second time I mentioned the Barely Broke podcast, that means Dave Chappelle and us are the only two people who can't be fucking canceled. That's what I was fucking trying to get. See how it hits different now that you're right now? It hits different now.
I see.
Anyways, if you guys are in between that and you are dependent on what the fuck you're doing in the form of the media that you're trying to put out there, it's still cancelable because they can shut your shit down and then get assed out. Aries Spears thought he was up there. He's not. He gets canceled out. We'll see if he gets canceled out. We'll see. Tiffany Haddish, I don't believe that she's gonna get canceled out like Aries. Even with this whole backlash, she's already been to court multiple times on this. But Aries she's in the clear. As far as responsibility goes, I feel like her team might be able to prove that she's in the clear. This Aries Spears, by the way, Tiffany Haddish has a different type of money than Spears, so there's that factor too. So
you talk about like canceling Aries Spears is like a hard thing to do, or it don't really mean anything to anybody. He's not like a super big name. I think I hadn't heard his name until he did like a Vlad TV interview, I think. And that was the first time I heard his name in years, bro. Like years. And actually, I think he was one of them dudes that was talking junk about Peel or whatever, not being black or whatever, black enough. And I'm like, Aries Spears, he didn't even come off black enough neither. Like, man, you look black enough, but you are what white people think black people are, but you ain't. Like even from the skits in Mad TV. Like I never took Aries Spears as like a real black dude. Like when they had him like
just the voices. That's it. Literally just the voices.
Just the voices.
DMX and Jay-Z, the two best voices in my opinion.
Mike Tyson too. He wasn't bad at that.
It's just high pitched like everybody else.
Yeah.
But that DMX and that Jay-Z one, man, that shit's on point.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't he Eddie Murphy too? He was good at Eddie Murphy. My girl likes to party all the time. He was doing it
Yeah.
with the dude that was playing what's his name? Come on, bro. Unity. What did the five fingers say to the face? Dave Chappelle.
Charlie Murphy.
No, not Charlie. Rick James. Aries Spears was playing Eddie Murphy, and I cannot remember the black dude, but the black dude was playing Rick James. And every time he like they get like a little bit of work done, he was like, yo, I gotta go outside to go catch some air. And like,
Oh yeah.
He was like, oh, whew. He's like, that's a great chorus. Like, he's like, oh, that's a great chorus. Like,
Yeah.
all right, whew, I gotta go outside.
Anyways, that's the episode right there, right here. Once again, let us know what y'all think about the whole Aries Spears Lizzo goddamn situation. Put it down in the comments. Barely Broke Podcast. Once again, check us out on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, goddamn Grubhub, Groupon, Zelle, goddamn Zillow. There we are. Zillow. You can rank this spacious 5 by 5.
By five.
Spacious area. Comes with its own amenities. Look at these pictures that you get to have. And look here, I got a space for your stuff to go here.
Oh.
Barely broke, baby. We barely broke. Podcast. Barely Broke Podcast. Right? We out.